And staying with this abysmal state of affairs as regards children, a United Nations report says violence against children caught in multiplying and escalating conflicts reached extreme levels in 2023. It points to a surge in deaths and injuries among children in Sudan, Israel and Ukraine, besides Myanmar and other countries. The United Nations annual Children in Armed Conflict report accounts for just part of the total number of deaths and injuries of children over the last year. In the Israel-Hamas conflict, the UN verified 8,009 grave violations against children in Israel, Gaza and the West Bank. Over 4,200 were Palestinian children, 113 were Israelis. 47 Israeli children have been abducted by Hamas and other Palestinian groups. The United Nations says 43 Israeli children were killed in Israel and the West Bank during the October 7th attacks. Israeli armed and security forces have been blamed for 5,698 violations. Hamas's armed wing, the Iz al-Din ad-Qassam brigades, are named for 116 cases. Israeli settlers were judged responsible in 51 cases, and Palestinian Islamic Jihad's Al-Quds brigades were deemed responsible in 21. The report also finds grave abuses by Israeli forces in the West Bank, with 126 Palestinian children killed and 906 detained. The UN verified 5 cases where soldiers used boys to shield forces during law enforcement operations. Between October 7th and the end of December last year, the UN verified the killing of 2,051 Palestinian children. The report noted that most incidents were caused by the use of explosive weapons in populated areas by the Israeli armed and security forces. The report conceded it reflected only a partial picture of the situation in Gaza. UN Chief Antonio Guterres called the report appalling. On a positive note, though, the Secretary General reported progress in engaging with blacklisted governments and armed groups to protect children. Afghanistan, Burkina Faso, Central African Republic and Nigeria are among countries to be taken off the list. The UN chief said governments and armed groups must work with the UN to develop and implement an action plan to address the violations. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.